Making our way down the list, number 8, we have the demon pet.
Wispy, come here, boy.
So in this video posted by Eggplant's World, we see him outside calling for a pet while holding a chip for it. Now I expected a cute little dog to come by, or like maybe a deer, but no. I'm too innocent. I'm too naive. Out of nowhere, a creepy looking dude with white makeup on comes and takes the chip from him. Why? Just why? Like, who comes up with these things? This is not okay. Y'all need therapy. I mean, I probably need therapy after this video. In our 7th spot, we have the stillness. Now, TikToker Last Man Stanley is known for his more unusual TikToks. They are more artistic, left open for interpretation. But this one gave me the chills. So it starts off with different people, all played by the same dude, doing normal things, like driving, eating cereal, and brushing their teeth. Then all of a sudden, something comes over them and they all freeze and get a creepy look on their face. It ends with the video losing some of its color and we see a bunch of hands scratching against a window. I mean, I'm not sure what this video is supposed to represent, but it sure did give me the chills. It's just so unsettling. Moving on to number 6, we have the eyes. So in this video, TikToker Cole Hirsch is running frantically while you hear sirens in the background.
Life hack!
He's got a ripped shirt on and he sounds crazy. Then out of nowhere he goes, "I got fired from Buffalo Wild Wings," and makes eye contact with the camera.
Got fired from Buffalo Wild Wings!
And as soon as that happened, the video went downhill. Take a look at his eyes. I have never hated contacts this much in my life. He looks possessed. Like, it looks like he tore his pupil. He deserves to be locked up. Like, this video is not okay. I say that so many times, but it's not okay. I feel like he took a part of my soul. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the whisper. Siri and other AIs scare the crap out of me. Like, one day Siri, Alexa, and Roomba are gonna team up and take over the world. It's happening. I'm predicting it. It's just a matter of time. Well, if the thought of that doesn't scare you, then this TikTok certainly will. So this was posted by Jamie Uno on TikTok. Siri is repeating back to him his nickname, which he changed so that when Siri says it, it sounds like she's whispering.
Daddy, but since we're friends, I get to call you a
It is by far the creepiest sound I have ever heard Siri make. It's like a creepy, breathy whisper, which turns into a creepy, evil laugh. It's literally like it's so creepy. It's a sound that Siri should never be allowed to make. In our 4th spot, we have the dandruff. People are just going way too far with certain TikToks. So a user named Superbass by Nicki Minaj took the footage of another TikToker shaking his dandruff off his head and then turned it into something disgusting. So in the original video, the user clearly has a lot of dandruff and is shaking it all off while Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas plays, you know, as if it's supposed to be like snow coming down. But then, Superbass by Nicki Minaj took it a step too far and added theirself laying on the floor with their mouth open while someone sprinkled flour into their mouth, making it look like they were eating his dandruff. No, just no. I did not want to see that. Just thinking about that gets me nauseous. Ugh. Coming in at number 2, we have the ketchup. Not gonna lie, I have a pretty strong stomach, but I almost threw up looking at this TikTok. So, you know when you open a new ketchup bottle and you don't shake it and that nasty watery stuff comes out? Yeah, well, Ian_V2 had a hot dog and a ketchup bottle and just squirted all that nasty watery ketchup all over his plate, like completely saturating the hot dog. I'm thoroughly disgusted. There's something about that just makes my stomach churn. Even thinking back to the TikTok now is just making me feel sick.
Number 9, stolen goods. Wait a hot minute, people on the internet steal things? I feel sick. I feel betrayed. Yeah, this next one isn't surprising, but still it's pretty batshit insane. There's a professional kleptomaniac who will steal anything for you. He's out there somewhere. I'm not gonna say their name, but they're there. Just not the Declaration of Independence. They probably can't steal that. We've seen a movie on how hard that is to do. All you have to do is send them Bitcoin, a photo of what you want, and voila, stolen goods will arrive. All you have to do is pay a criminal through the dark web. How simple is that? This dude also just loves to steal regardless, because on his site or his little blog, whatever, he has items that he stole for people, but then they ended up backing out. Or things he's come across and thought, you know what, that would be really nice to sell to the dark web later on. Yeet. He just steals things and it's like, hey, does anyone want anything? I have tons of things. Horrible. Don't buy any stolen goods, ever. Number 8, always watching. One of my biggest fears when I'm using my computer is that my webcam is still somehow on and running and somebody's watching me. Like I'm covered in Dorito dust at 2 a.m. It's not a great sight. Cover that up. I put a little bit of tape there, that's how paranoid I am. Comment down below if you also tape down your webcams, you freaks. This next one comes from a Redditor who shared their experience with the dark web and their visit, and it gave me goosebumps. This was before Google, they say, when web pages were more or less just basic HTML with JavaScript. They were browsing random threads or blogs, early days of the internet, you know, link to link type deal, reading about labradoodles, whatever you can find. Then they came across this thread that was like an early Twitter almost, just random accounts posting their random thoughts, and at the top of this thread there was a new post with their IP address, and in all lowercase text the message said, "We see you." No, bye. Normally that's not a huge deal, but the message was uploaded right when they were scrolling to the top, and when they clicked another link, another message popped up saying, "Hello there." Okay there, Obi-Wan Kenobi looking ass. Now at that point, I would just break my webcam. It would be gone. I'd fold my laptop backwards. These files ended up tracing back to an IP address in Colorado for somebody who worked in some sort of medical department, so that's nice. In between procedures, he's like, "Hello there, welcome." Number 7. Credit cards. It comes to no shock that around 11 million Americans report credit card theft a year, and the dark web definitely is not helping that. There's this lovely service online that sells credit card information, social security numbers, anything of yours that you don't want out in the public, essentially. They got you covered. It's pretty twisted. The more money you pay, the bigger the account you get is, obviously. Also, I'm talking like money as in $20 to $80. And you have to pay in Bitcoin as well, so it's challenging. This sounds like a terrible idea on so many levels. $20 and then your life is ruined, as well as somebody else's. The FBI is on this. I mean, 11 million Americans go through this, so we gotta figure out something, right? Back in 2010, the FBI ran a fake site and ended up busting 24 scammers, saving around 400,000 victims. That's wild. That's a lot of people. They would have been screwed. Getting back at the rich is one thing, but paying $20 for a CEO's credit card, there you go right to jail. It's that way. Number 6, Netflix. I'm so private about my Netflix account, I have no idea why. Same as my Spotify, I just get anxious. I don't want people knowing that I'm watching glass-blowing shows at 3 a.m. I keep that to myself. That's private time, that's for me. Or cooking shows. Those are both nice. But when it comes to the dark web, people might be using your account. Yeah, imagine somebody else finishing Ozark before you even get to. Worst crime of all. Your account is worth pennies, apparently. On these black market sites, you can piggyback off of a paying customer, have their login and password, and then just secretly use their Netflix. But again, if somebody was watching Peppa Pig at 4 a.m., odds are you'll be suspicious. So these accounts come and go often, hence the low asking price. This is a challenging part of the internet still, especially users that are older and not too aware of the dangers online. These fake emails go out saying it's from Netflix and they're requesting a password change and all that jazz. And people believe it, sadly. I myself almost fallen into one of these traps. I'm like, oh shit, Netflix just texted me about my credit card. I gotta go pay them back. I'm like, oh, Netflix just texted me about my OSAT payments. That's weird, I'm gonna go call them. Number 5, wish pills. Have you ever asked your wish for other wishes? Have you ever tossed a coin into a fountain and then wished all your dreams would just come true? If so, that's pretty normal. We're not gonna ask too many questions here. We've all had a birthday wish. We're dreamers here on Most Amazing Top 10, we get it. But would you ever buy a wish online, let alone buy a wish from the dark web? What does that even mean? Also, let's talk about it. Well, you can pay a small fee and receive a pill, just a pill, that supposedly will grant a wish. There's so much wrong here. I mean, first of all, never order any pill from the dark web. The place is of course littered with narcotics, so that'll go poorly most of the time. And secondly, what a waste of money. Shipping is not cheap. That pill is coming from Chris Angel's home. It's like at least $17, maybe more. Number 4, mystery boxes. Perhaps one of the most compelling parts of the dark web has to be this mystery box craze. Do you remember this? I remember this. It was scary. YouTubers would just film themselves receiving a random item, or a box rather, from the dark web. Now these items range in designer clothes, maybe it's a new phone, or maybe it's something absolutely horrible. We love to gamble. 50-50. One YouTuber ended up pulling this child's book out, but it was already colored in with all these haunting images and colors. Sometimes you would get nothing as well. Yeah, it's like the internet's shady almost. YouTuber Alex Maynard tossed $100 towards this mystery exchange, and all they got was a note, handwritten of course, that said, "You shouldn't accept packages from strangers. Good luck." Honestly, I think it's the best case scenario here, just receiving a life lesson instead of like, I don't know, a finger. I'll take it, that's good. Number 3, uranium. Ah yes, the key ingredient to making a nuclear weapon. Uranium, good stuff. Back in 1938, the world was changed forever when German nuclear physicists discovered nuclear fission. They discovered what would happen if an atom were to split. Well, what happens is it causes a massive explosion. The bombings at Hiroshima and Nagasaki alone, thousands of lives were lost instantly, and we're still selling small amounts of uranium on the dark web. Humans are awesome. Great. The amount sold, of course, is incredibly small compared to the amount used in warfare, but still, don't buy uranium off the dark web. Don't buy any chemicals from the dark web for that matter. This is a list on what not to do, but what you can do right now is hit that thumbs up. Kind of, change the energy up. Don't buy uranium, instead hit that thumbs up. Number 2, alien footage. Honestly, there's one thing on this list that makes me kind of want to visit the dark web. This has got to be it. Tinfoil hats ahoy. Not a new phone, not a new watch, but alien footage. That's apparently something that can come your way. I would leave this freak a 5-star Yelp review if I could. Imagine paying an anonymous source some bitcoins and then you get this. This video was found in the depths of the deep dark web, and it's a little convincing. They're showing UFOs whipping through the skies now on news, so that's a normal thing, apparently. So who really knows? The footage is from 1992, and supposedly it was filmed in Switzerland, and it shows a cold little alien. Just a little dude. The typical look as well, the big eyes, the big head, humanoid shape, real Independence Day vibes almost, so odds are it's obviously fake. But again, what an odd thing to pay for and then receive from the internet. The full video shows different angles of this little alien being held up by wire in some sort of cold lab. Now, I'm not trying to convince you that aliens are real, at least not in this video. I'm trying to convince you instead to not look for videos of them on the dark web, because I had to browse and I saw some shit I want to see. Just don't. And finally, number 1, more mystery boxes. There's a lot of videos of YouTubers opening these things, and it's terrifying. So we figured we'd cap this list off with a few of our faves. Crypto NWO uploaded their mystery box adventure quite recently, and it's just as horrible as you'd expect. They open up this stuffed bear wearing leather cuffs, and in the center of the stuffed animal's chest, there's a clock. I gotta say, the speed at which they pull this thing out, it looks like an explosive. Don't yank any clocks out from a dark web box ever. Oh my god. They continue and find clothes, a blue mask, like one of those, Jabberwocky masks that's blue, a green little skeleton rubber toy thing, and one of the scariest things of all time, a Luigi walkie-talkie. Yeah, this is when they throw on the rubber gloves, which is a pretty good idea. That's when it starts to get a little strange. Would you ever say hello to a walkie-talkie from the dark web? Are you insane? I would. I'd be like, who's there? Beep, 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 beep. The best part, perhaps, in this entire unboxing video is when they pull out what they think is a phone that vibrates. It's not. Number 10, house creep. Are you in the market for a new house? Maybe you and your significant other are looking to upgrade, right? We'd love to see it. Nice. I applaud the changes coming your way. You've earned it. Now, depending which website you pick, you may be stuck living in an otherwise haunted house. I'm not talking about haunted, oh it's old, some doors creak. I'm talking horrible, horrible things have unfolded here under that same roof. Houses where people have passed away. I'll say that. You know what I'm trying to say here. Houses that have been used in some sort of illegal substance operation as well. Again, trying to say what, you know what I'm saying here. It's really up to you. All the categories are right there in front of you. All you have to do is head to housecreep.com and you'll see every option, every dark, horrible option. The website is eerie because obviously it's, it's contents, but it looks like a normal 2022 holiday booking website. It's too casual, you know what I mean? It's gross. I'll be the Hotel Trivago guy, but for this website. Do those weird dances that he does. He's always like, hey, 50% off. Haunted houses. Number 9, your last day. I remember when I was in college one day, I was walking to class and this crazy dude yelled at me and he said I was gonna die in 3 years. So that's really awesome. Now I've since proven that man and his fingerless gloves wrong, but it did have me thinking for those 3 years, right? Now, what if? What if a website did that for you? Not that strange man on the side of the road there. What if a website allowed you yeah, you, to input your information, to input your name, birthday, weight, height, all that good stuff. Libra, check, let's do this. Now, if you input all that information, you tell deathdate.com what you're working with, and this site should tell you exactly when you'll die. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I'm kind of too afraid. Should I do it? I don't know. If we do a part 2, then I'll do it. I'll start off by telling you how that website told me I was gonna die. I'll do it. Number 8, simulation argument. Okay, this one's pretty short and sweet. If you can't sleep at night and maybe you need something to read, something around 8 minutes long to, soothe your mind, well, head over to simulationargument.com. That's a good start, I'd say. Any questions you have about simulation theory, be it references in the past, both by philosophers or scientists or even in media, it's almost like a PDF file. Everything you need is right here. No photos, just links and explanations in an orderly fashion. Yeah, here's a blurb from the file. It reads, certainly some modifications are necessary once we admit the possibility of an infinite universe that may contain infinitely many simulated and non-simulated people. In this case, the ratio of simulated people to that total number of people is not defined. Awesome, so we may or may not be real. Who knows? Hit that thumbs up if you think I'm real. I promise I am, maybe. Number 7, pointer. So I've never laughed so hard in my life like 2 hours ago. I have to include this because it's actually really creepy when you really think about it. But at the same time, it's one of those things you can't help but love. Pointer.com. Okay, you move your cursor anywhere on the screen and then just let go. And then 1 second later, a photo from anywhere, somewhere from the internet will appear. Now this photo will have somebody pointing directly where you left your pointer on screen. Yeah, you move it a little bit and it finds a new photo instantly of somebody pointing at what appears to be your pointer again. Where do these photos come from? Who are these people? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you, but it's hilarious. It's like people at dinner with their family, but then one guy's in the background pointing. So now it's just there in front of your face. It's so odd. It feels illegal, honestly. If there's one point that really nails it in this list, this one feels illegal, feels very illegal. Number 6, world births and other stuff. Here's a website that looks like the stock market at first, okay? One side is green and it's very active, it's running, it's moving around. And the other side of the screen is red. And it's also, of course, quite active. Not as active, but still up and running. The background is a world map and it updates every single second, showing each and every new birth on this side. It's fast. I sat at my computer at lunch and I just watched thousands of people being born. I was like, congratulations, congratulations. Wow, this is amazing, this is fascinating. Now, of course, the other side is the complete opposite, as you could tell. Hence the dark website theme going on in this list. The right side is every death all over the world, instantly. Yeah, refreshing every second. It's so creepy. You're sitting there on your iPad feeling like the watcher of the universe. You're like, ooh. Yeah, a lot of births, it's like this. It's like, a lot of people being born more than people are dying, so pick it up. Number 5, Dianea House. Right off the bat, this next one here is fiction, okay? I'll say that. But it doesn't take away the fact that you can just visit this site and get sucked down this unique rabbit hole. We've all been stuck on Reddit for hours on end, be it videos or discussions, whatever. Am I the asshole? This changes it up a bit if you're looking for something new and otherwise creepy. The tale of the Dianea House takes you on this adventure. It's about 2 men, Mark and Eric, who learned that an old friend they both knew, they killed 2 people, then they ended their own life. Again, it's dark, but also again, it's fiction, I'll remind you. So Mark becomes obsessed with figuring out what went wrong and why their friend did this, yada yada yada. And the Dianea House is this website that you can visit and it shows his string of emails to Eric while he searches for answers. And of course, the way it ends is unique and will leave you sleepless. No spoilers, it's a great time, go for it if you want. It reminds me of when the internet was new and these creepy sites were actually terrifying. Like Peter's Answers or whatever, where you like type in a question, but at the same time you're typing in the answer, and then your friends think that an AI is telling you it's so creepy. Should have put that one in. That one sucked. Number 4, last words. Whew, okay. Again, these titles kind of give away the goods right off the bat. True crime is sweeping the nation. It seems like people are leaning into this now more than ever. You can learn how to draw on eyebrows while listening to a disappearance from 46 years ago. You know what I mean? It's so bizarre. I love it. Olivia and I are fans. We listen to all of our true crime podcasts every morning. We're like making coffee, listening. We're like, oh, that's good. That's really good. It's the best. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice has a list of all its past offenders, as well as all their information and offenses. And most jarring, the website includes their last words. Yeah, it's one of those things you want to see, but you're not quite sure why. You're like, this is dark. This is like some other level. I can't even relate to this shit. Hopefully. That'd be kind of weird if I could. Number 3, summoning demons. Cool. Am I standing in my salt circle for this one? Here we go, we're good. Yeah, depending on your beliefs, this next one will either freak you out or intrigue you. It's kind of weird. How to summon demons. Okay, all you gotta do is head to Angel Fire, or don't. Completely up to you. Let's say don't head there. How's that? There you go. This website is completely legal. They just argue why demons are real, and they also include a fun little charity donation button. You know, in case you summon a demon and want to come back and leave a 5-star review. Hey, thanks so much. Here's 10 bucks. Thanks for Balthazar. We're gonna go clean my foyer. There's also access to other groups that practice Satanism. So if you want to make some new friends, maybe Tinder is not working out, here you go. I'm sure you'll find lots in common with other Satanists on board. I personally think this stuff is hilarious. I don't know. Because I grew up with barely any access to any online textbooks for school that I needed. You know what I mean? Now we have a neatly organized Satan site. Get out of here. Number 2, WikiLeaks. Some good history around this one, gotta include it. In Stockholm, buried around 100 feet below street level, is an old nuclear bunker. Now today, it's a facility owned by Swedish internet provider Bahnhof. This is where they keep servers up and running for WikiLeaks. Yeah, we all know WikiLeaks, right? We use it for, you know, those movies we don't want to pay for. Oh shit, I'm going to jail, hang on. I'm like, oh, the cops are here, I just got arrested, it's crazy. Julian Assange, frontrunner for this whole operation. His hard drive is in said bunker, behind a 2-foot steel door, accompanied by numerous backup generators. So yeah, no one's touching that, I guess. No one's touching his Angry Birds high score. That's locked away forever. In October 2010, WikiLeaks actually published Army field reports from 2004. Now, one of the biggest leaks in US history, this report confirmed that there were over 66,000 civilian deaths in the Iraqi war logs, out of the 109,000 in total. Now, this leak also suggested that some American troops were classifying civilians as enemies in their statistics. Yeah, this is some pretty crazy news, right? These numbers were from 2004 to 2009, so a lot of history we're missing there. So yeah, sometimes these sites bring out some good knowledge, you know, aside from demon speed dating. Sometimes you gotta hear the dirty stuff too. And finally, number 1, the scary maze game. I have to end this video on a good note, you know, so we can sleep a little bit. This one is pretty amazing. You can change somebody's life with this last website if you send it at the right time in their, you know, youth. The scary maze game. The first time you hear about this, you don't hear that word scary, do you? You just hear maze game. I played this for the first time on like a Windows 97. It took 18 minutes to load up too. I was so determined to get through this maze. I had the chair up nice and close. It was right close to the screen. The brightness was on 100%, contrast was low. It was right there. I had it in the bag. I was so close to the end, and then that face popped up. I never forgave my brother. That was it. Family beef was ignited. There we go. Have you ever sent the scary maze game to someone? If so, how did they react? You know, or any of these other websites. Send them these ones too. See how they react. Both will probably be the same. You'll probably get a nice what the f for every link that you send them.